If you were born on the 3rd, the 12th, the 21st, or the 30th, or if you have a Lifepath 3, you have the soul of a child. No matter how old you are, you will never grow up. There's a famous quote by Jesus, by the way, in the book of Matthew chapter 18, verse 3, where it says, in order to enter the kingdom of God or the kingdom of heaven, one must become childlike. Have you ever wondered why it says that? This is because children are pure. Put yourself in the mind of a child for a second. To them, everything is big. They're very naive. Children are very pure. They have a high frequency. They have a very active imagination and level of creativity. They're always able to see the bigger picture. And this is because to a child, the world is just filled with just vast and limitless and abundant opportunities and possibilities. And so these people are just flowing with ideas, imaginations, fantasies. They love playing, and they just find so much joy in the simplest experiences. And that is the 3. Children are also not in tune with reality because they live in their imagination. And so they spend their lives creating their own reality by making what's inside their imagination appear in real life. That's what 3s are here to do. And so, yeah, 3s have the hardest time paying attention in class. Yes, they're the most immature numbers. But this is a number that is the most philosophical out of all the numbers in numerology. They just don't seem like it because they're so childlike. But the number 3 is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is called the guru of the gods because Jupiter is the higher mind. It represents the mind of God. Jupiter is the planet of philosophy, but it also rules Pisces. And Pisces has the oldest soul, but yet Pisces is the most childlike. And it's because of their purity. And so as a 3, that childlike purity that you have, that will never go away, your whole entire life, is the key to all the solutions, to all the problems in your life. All 3s were born with some type of creative, performative, or artistic talent. All of them were. And it tends to be very obvious and visible at an early age. But if they don't take their talent to the next level and they don't practice discipline or perfect that talent or take their talent serious, they can end up living very uneventful and unfulfilling and unsustainable lifestyles. As a 3, understand that you are the luckiest number. You don't have external luck. No. Your luck is in the natural talent that you're born with. That talent needs to be harnessed. It needs to be worked on. It needs to be developed. It needs to be perfected, because that will be the only thing that will be the only thing that will allow you to take the opportunities that the 3 path gives you in this lifetime. If you're not using your inner child, you're going to miss all the opportunities for success that the 3 is giving you. And so you need to pursue a lifestyle that allows you to be creative, performative, or expressive. 9 to 5s are not for 3s. It's not for 3s. You need to be able to use your imagination. You need to be able to use your creativity. And you need to be able to live in the moment. Matter of fact, there's a famous Japanese samurai by the name of Miyamoto Musashi. And he had a record of 60-0. He won 60 straight duels, never lost. He never lost one match, never lost one duel. And he was a 3, by the way. He was a 3. And he also was a philosopher at the same time. And if you look at what he did for a living, he was a samurai. That is in the field of a 3. Samurai is an art. It's a craft. It's a performative, expressive act. Samurai was not just like killing like a gladiator, like just brutal. These people, they viewed what they did as a form of art. If you read Miyamoto's books, he considered himself an artist. He was a philosopher. And he was able to spread his philosophy through his creativity or through his art or through his performative talent, which was his skill set with the sword. LeBron James is another famous 3. He's an NBA player. That's a very performative art. Same thing with Michael Phelps. He's another 3. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a 3. Rihanna is a 3. Snoop Dogg is a 3. Speed is a 3. Drewski's a 3. Eddie Murphy's a 3. Dick Gregory's a 3. But threes, Mike Tyson's a 3. But threes do the best when they're able to work on their talent. All threes possess some type of natural talent, something that they're just naturally good at. But if they don't develop it, they're not going to have the life that they're meant to have. Another thing that I wanted to mention was that because the number 3 is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the largest planet and the planet of expansion, threes tend to struggle the most when it comes to weight. Jupiter is the biggest planet, and so threes tend to struggle the most when it comes to weight. Threes can put on weight very quickly, but they can also put on muscle very quickly. The most muscular and the most athletic people in the world have very strong Jupiterian or 3 energy, because the number 3 is a very masculine type of number. LeBron James is the 3. And the number that tends to be the most muscular out of the 3s is the 30. Specifically, LeBron James is a 30, Mike Tyson is a 30, Michael Phelps is a 30, Arnold Schwarzenegger is a 30. There's this famous, I forgot what her name is, but she's this famous female fitness influencer. I looked up on Instagram, I looked up her Lifepath number. I forgot what her name is, but you guys probably know what her name is. She's a black lady. Her hair is bald. She's super jacked. She has a southern accent. I forgot what her name was, but I looked up her Lifepath number. She's Lifepath 30 as well. For some strange reason, 30s, Jalen Ramsey's also 30. 30s tend to be very athletic, and they tend to have a very muscular frame. Oh, Gucci Mane is another 3 as well. Gucci Mane is another 3. Remember when Gucci Mane was super fat? Look at Gucci Mane now. He's super ripped. And so 3s, you guys can put on a lot of weight, but you guys can also put on a lot of muscle. And so I would say as a 3, just watch your cholesterol levels and try not to overeat, because 3s can do everything in excess. When a 3's hanging out with their friends, they might buy, if a 3 goes out to eat with their friends or their family, they might buy everything. They might pay for everything for everybody. Because 3s tend to do stuff like that. They tend to live a very abundant life. And so try not to overspend your money. Try to be more disciplined with your finances, and try to be more disciplined with your diet, because this is the number that struggles the most with weight. This number has the most fat people, and it also has the most very muscular athletic people as well. And so overall as a 3, you need to be able to give your inner child the ability to express itself. If your inner child is not able to express itself as a 3, your life's gonna be miserable. Another thing is, stay away from people who take life too seriously. As a 3, that serious energy does not work for you. The only thing that you need to take serious is your creative talent, or your performative talent, or your artistic talent. That's the only thing that you need to take seriously. To book a reading or to access my numerology book, go to my website, isaiah47.net. You can also find that in the link in my profile bio. But have a good rest of your day.